Yo, Vinsonte here. Welcome back to another Monk Path of Exile 2 build guide video. I pretty much just come up with weird, fun, wacky builds, and I try to share them out and try to make it work. It may not be the best meta build, but I find fun playing it. So in this video, we're gonna go focus on acrobatic and dodge focus kind of monk. Yes, this game is more DPS oriented. You kill them before they kill you. And now I'm going more defensive focus, and it's fun. It is very kind of RNG, but sometimes, most of the time, I can just meditate in front of the bosses or mobs and just move around while doing it. This ascendancy is the Invoker ascendancy because I want more spirit, because this is going to be concentrated more on like elemental for some of the DPS, because I feel like elemental for a monk deals more damage than physical and chaos and stuff, unfortunately. And to combat me with the lack of DPS, this is kind of a mix of like the best meta DPS thing with dodge focus orientation. Okay, so we're gonna go over the skills here, and we're gonna the main attacking thing is Ice Strike. So this build concentrates a lot on CC, and while monsters are CC'd, you stay alive longer because they're not attacking you. Okay, so Ice Strike will be the freeze, and then Charge Staff is to power up the Ice Strike, and you can do shock and freeze at the same time. Okay, so Ice Strike, we have attack speed because that's what your main focus is, right? You want to keep going, build up power charges, and then I just have cold penetration here and glaciation for freeze buildup. You can add like cold exposure and whatever in here. These are what I'm using currently. And for Charge Staff, I have skill duration because I want it to last longer, and I have torrential charge because it uses power charges, and lightning exposure just so it can have extra damage while they're doing lightning, because most of the damage does come from the Charge Staff and the bell, but ice is like the focus here, Ice Strike, and then this is builds on top of it. Then we have Storm Wave. This is pretty much kind of for like a support thing, like if there's monsters with like Fire Trail and stuff like that, because even with acrobatics you can't dodge the damage over time. Area effects on the ground that are not hitting you, right? They're not hitting you, so those still pose a problem. So if you still want to just like, or temporal bubble, you can just use Storm Wave and slowly like whittle them down and then go in and kill them off. So I have lightning penetration, I have lightning mastery, and I have budgeting just so you can knock them away. So it's more like keeping them away and just hitting them and just building up a little bit of shock doing so too. Then we have Tempest Bell, which is your technically main DPS here, because having a bell is just OP. With the Ice Strike, it just builds on top of it. So I have Magnify effect for more area effect, and I have Overabundance so I can build combo while attacking, right? You put a bell, and then if you only have one, you can't build extra combos. So I have Overabundance, and then I have Rage, because you can also put this Rage to Ice Strike too if you want. But I personally like this because I always put the bell anyways, and then while I'm hitting the bell, it just builds Rage every hit. So, and it's AoE, unlike Ice Strike. Those are the main active skills besides Meditate, which you get from your Ascendancy. I guess I can go over this right now. We have Ingenuity. I can't pronounce that correctly, but this lowers the cooldown recovery rate. I mean, increasing the cooldown recovery, which means you get the cooldown finishes faster. Then cast speed, because when you want to meditate right away, right, and just get the energy shield going, because this gives you just energy shield, and you could get double. Then we have Unbreakable for stun threshold, and if you somehow break it, just recover your energy shield anyway for like the next 2 seconds. Okay, so the passives, what we have here, Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice, because you're going to be using freeze and ice most of the time anyways, and this is for the passive tree later where you get 50% more extra damage when you have these buffs. So that's mostly that, and then I just want to have things to shock, and I have this to do more damage because it's just a lightning bolt, right? I don't think it does that big of an AoE, but I don't know. I like doing damage. My lightning is where the damage comes from, especially for mobs. And then we got Hero of Ice, which is mostly just for freezing purposes. It's just there. So I have plus cold skill and extra cold damage. I didn't put this on Ice Strike because Ice Strike only puts 80%. So the extra damage is going to get even lower if I do this. But you can put this there. It's not too bad, actually. You can make all ice. But if you have like some mana leech things happen to be there, it's not going to work out. But you can. So this is mostly just for after you defeat enemy that's frozen or defeat enemy that I think shocked, and then it'll just spread all that. This is mostly just for mobs and that passive. Then we have defensive things, which is Wind Dancer. Wind Dancer is very good. Give you each stage, it give you invasion, right? So having that is just good right off the bat. And I have Soul Thief, so this is where I get some Mana Leech and Blind. So I have to have Blind, because if they hit me, my evasion goes down, right? But I want to blind them, so it makes them worse to hit me. And then Ghost Dance, since I have so much evasion, I get energy shields back. And then since I'm meditating, I get energy shields, right? So this allowed me to get some of that back. And I have Clarity and Fast Forward on here, just so I can get Shrouds faster. And then we're using the Combat Frenzy, so in the passive tree, there's a Resonance, which converts frenzy charges to power charges, and that's what you need. Okay, so it has Profusion, which a chance to get additional charge when you freeze or shock. I mean, freeze or electrocute, my bad. And then I have Vitality, because I had extra 20 Spirit sitting there. And that's pretty much it for the skills. Skill tree time. So this is the overall view of my skill tree, very defensive oriented, and I'm going Invoker to kind of balance the defensive side to get some DPS, because right now meta is Elemental and Invoker is best for Elemental. Okay, so let's go into the Ascension skill tree. I pretty much first went into this, so this allowed you to get enough Spirit to do all that buffs that you have without any, depending on extra mods and whatnot. And then I went to the Chill Ground, because Lightning mostly doing the most of the damage with Charge Staff, especially in the beginning. Then I will get Meditate for defensive purposes. And then you will get the Chill Ice thing if you were to get that far. So we're focusing on the defensive tree. Everything give you invasion is what you want to kind of aim for. So we're going to start with the evasion side and energy shields. So you grab that, you go into here, you can grab this too, and then make your way down here. Just take the shortest path, go down here. We'll go up later, but first we're going to go down, right? Grab this for DPS, for just some slight DPS, allow blind, and it's for leveling. You make your way down here, grab these, make your way down here, because this one gives you dodge when you have full life and stun threshold. And most of the time you just have shields, right? And then you get hit, your shields go down, you wait a bit, it comes back. So most of the time you'll be at full life. You make your way here, you grab this will give you more dodge, and if you roll, you get even more dodge. And then you go into some dodge and evasion and some dex, get that there, and then you make your way down. I didn't go down just yet, I went up, because the one thing you want to get right away is this thing, right? This is the 100% double your invasion on your body armor. So we make our way here, movement speed, evasion, nice. Make your way up. If you feel like you need some DPS, grab this, because that's what I did, just for some extra range. But make your way up here, go through the dex 25, yeah, and then grab this, and then make your way over here. And then this is what I mentioned earlier, right? With the buffs for ice and thunder, 50% damage, right? And lightning. This will help you with the leveling process and everything here. So grab that. I did not grab this just yet. I don't have enough dodge. So you come back to this later. So after you do that, you could go down and get the dodge first, or you can go up here, and I pretty much made my way to the resonance. So this converts your frenzy charges to power charges, pretty much. That's what the combat frenzy is. So you can grab that. That will be the next, and then in the beginning you won't have that. So I will use lingering illusion until you do. So that's what I did. So if you decide to go down first, you can go Lingering Illusion for even longer, or you can switch earlier. Switching this is a lot earlier is a lot better. So because then you'll be freezing more often anyway, so it works out. So we're gonna make our way down here. After that, you get more dodge. All right, this is dodge if you roll recently. You go down here. This is this tree gives a lot of evasion. So right here, 15%, 50%, 50%. This one, it reduces your evasion if you got hit recently, but if you haven't been hit, so in the beginning you get 100%, right? Increase. But to counteract this, you get this. So you have both of them. They pretty much does the opposite. So technically you have 70%. Having both of these, it's instantly just give you 70%. Very nice, right? And then by the time you get this, then you will have enough to run into Acrobatics. And that will give you a decent chunk with the Wind Dancer for a good while. And then you want to concentrate on some energy shields and whatnot. I did go down here and pick this up to get some extra block. This is right next to it. And I am focusing very defensively, so I want a little bit of block in there too, just in case. It can't block AoE, so I'm not wearing that kind of special shield, but better than I have more defenses, right? So I grabbed that, and then I made my way over here and grabbed this. Okay, I got the maximum energy shield because I like energy. You want energy shield and you want evasion, because the problem is that you can dodge like hits, but the damage over time stuff that's already on the floor and whatnot, like the poison, the puddles and blood pools and stuff, those are not hits. So you get hit by those all the time, and you need any shield to withstand those. So I pretty much got this part, and then I stopped right there, and then I went up here, and I got this one for even more evasion and curses. So I do plan to get into this and finish that out, and then energy recharge rate is pretty nice, so you can grab that too, especially when you're going to be meditating, right? And it increases your recovery rate. You can meditate faster. So I'll go over my jewels later, but yeah, so that's the plan here. And you notice I didn't get any power charges yet. They're not necessary, but it'll be nice to have. So after you're done with that, I'm done with that. I'm going to get these power charges here. Increases the maximum, right? 2, and then just grab this one, and it increases my energy shield. This one's kind of too far. It kind of takes extra 2 points. I didn't want to waste the points, so I didn't bother. I think getting these 2 will be enough, right? I'm just running 3 right now, and it's fine. Let's look at my gear and stuff. I don't have maximum resistances yet. I'm still working on getting better gear, but I will say what kind of gear I have, and I guess what you're trying to aim for. Obviously, you want to do max resistances as much as possible, and right now I have this energy shield and evasion. It gives the most spirit, and this is what I have so far. Pretty decent for now. I do need better gear of everything, and these are the most important part: getting a gear that's pretty high evasion and energy shield, and then getting a barrier quarterstaff, because it'll give you the block chance, which will go into the block part of that little tree. So you want to do that because this is the defensive one, and obviously you want the physical damage because that will get converted into ice. And if you can get extra lightning, cold, that'll be better. You don't need the crit damage bonus. You want melee skills, attack speed if you can get that. That's pretty much the main ones that you want. And obviously you want to stack the resistances as much as possible on everything until you have enough. And then after you get maxed, then you can go for item rarity. More evasion is probably the best thing to get. I'm using a gold amulet at the moment. Give me melee skills, energy shields. This is more evasion, resistances, mana regeneration. Currently right now I do have a mana problem a little bit, but I have enough pots and I kill enough just to get it back in time, so it's not too bad. But yeah, getting cold damage is great. Getting that resistance is good, and then whatever left you need, obviously you want to put the ruins, whatever resistance you need for these 3. This one you want to go for damage, and then these are obviously for invasion. All right, so movement speed, you want number 1 for boots. That's like the best thing, right? And invasion. That's pretty much what I've been doing. This one has attack speed. That's what I'm using, and it gives invasion. I do want to go evasion and energy shield on my helmet, just so I can get that part of the tree. We can go back here. I do want to get this if I can get a good helmet. That is what I'm trying to go for too, as well. And I guess now we're going for gear. I'm going to look at my jewels. I went for cold damage. You want to go cold, lightning, if you can. Anything that like increases that, or get invasion. Invasion number 1 if you can get that, or energy shields. Attack speed is also good. Elemental, obviously, because you're doing lightning and cold. I couldn't get much ones with invasion currently. On my other monk, I didn't bring it over here. But if you can get invasion, that's the number 1 thing you should be getting. And my belt is just whatever, mostly for cold resistance, whatever to increase your defenses. And I'm using cold because being frozen sucks, right? That's just like my least favorite ailment. Obviously, you want charges per second on your stuff. I couldn't get one for this one, but it works pretty well. All right, I'm doing like a tier 11 augury, so I can talk and describe how this works. So in the beginning, obviously, you don't have anything, right? You can be busy meditating. You can move while meditating. It's nice. And once you're ready, you want to act. You want to freeze as fast as possible so you can get some charges. All right, and then you put a bell once you have enough. So pretty much how it works. And then you can just use the charge, and then you can get even more charges. It's very troublesome with the poison on the floor. And then whenever you're free, you can start meditating, get more shields back. Right. But pretty much, this is what you can be doing most of the time. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Poison hurts, right? So most of the time you'd be putting the bell down. Obviously, if you get hit, it's not gonna work, right? It stops you. Dude, the poison. Poison. All right, get that. Get it right in front of them. Right in front of them. Going to hit me. So, okay. The important thing is putting that bell down for the DPS. And then if you get hit, go back, recuperate. Damn, they froze me. It's fun just watching this. Alright, the important thing is getting those lightning charge staff down and getting the bell down, and you can start bopping. Right. And sometimes there's so many mobs you don't want to get in there, you can use this storm wave to keep them at bay. Alright, get some charges while you're at it too. Just bop them real quick.